In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah, whose worth cannot be described by speakers, whose bounties cannot be counted by calculators, and whose claim to obedience cannot be satisfied by those who attempt to do so, whom the height of intellectual courage cannot appreciate, and the divings of understanding cannot reach. He for whose description no limit has been laid down, no eulogy exists, no time is ordained, and no duration is fixed. He brought forth creation through his omnipotence, dispersed winds through his compassion, and made firm the shaken earth with rocks. Assalamu alaikum and peace be upon you, and welcome to the second edition of 4 of Enlighhtening. My name is RAZA, and I'm joined today by Brother MOHAMMAD ADEEL. Assalamu alaikum. And we have a special guest today from Bahrain who is currently teaching in Iran and is one of Brother MOHAMMAD ADEEL's teacher. Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid Yasin. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah.
Just for our dear viewers, the Sayyid, unfortunately, he doesn't speak English. But fortunately, we have Brother MOHAMMAD with us, who is well versed in the Arabic language. So he will be translating for us. And before we get underway, our main topic of discussion today will be khums. It's something which young professionals will appreciate, and the nature of giving and charity within Islam is a fundamental belief, and it's important that we accurately give our dues to those that are needy, those that are desperate, and those that are entitled to it. So it is something which is very necessary, especially in this day and age where there is so much poverty, there is so much famine in the world. So we have to make sure that we play our part, and one of these ways comes whether this propagates the religion, it shows the mercy of the religion, it also shows your lack of asphyxiation, or your lack of, you're not chained to this world, because money is, something which can be very close to people's heart. So that's why, in giving zakat or khums, in this way, it sort of eliminates those boundaries. So that's our main course of discussion today. Before we get underway, we have another quiz this week and another book for you guys to win. This is today History of Shi'ism. So you guys can win this book. It's very simple. All you have to do is call up and answer our question: is it wajib upon a child to give khums? So if you're a child, not reached puberty yet, do you still have to give khums? If you think you know the answer, then the phone number's on the screen. Pick up the phone, dial in, and you could have this great book, and hopefully it's got a lot of information, a lot of knowledge in that. So hopefully it'll give you everything about the foundations and the history of Shia Islam. So Brother MOHAMMAD, so in terms of the importance of khums, so what would you say, why is it necessary, why is it needed within the religion, and what is its purpose to serve?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. I begin in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. It's a very pleasant and a very good topic of discussion for today, the matter of khums. When we look at the importance of khums, we realize we have to do something before getting to that stage of khums. Like, for example, when we enlighten our hearts with the pleasures of this world, we see that when we approach the opposite gender, we feel that we are lustful towards it, we want to become near to it, we want to perform any action so that the opposite gender is attracted to us. There's two types of things. There's inner desire and there's an outer desire. That's the inner desire, when we love something. Okay? The outer desire is that if that person, the opposite gender, you want to attract the opposite gender, you have to what? You have to look clean. You want to shower before you meet someone. You want to present yourself in the best possible manner. Also, when we look at this way, we also have a spiritual side to the world. Everything that we earn in this world, everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided for us in this world, there is also a spiritual side to it. When we pray 5 times a day, we are not just moving up and down, but we are placed in that state where we are talking directly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is one of the ways where we attain that spirituality within ourselves. As you see that when we look at people who are very pious in this life, we see that when they pray their prayers in a well performed manner. They are in this state where you can see that they are talking directly to Allah. There's no distraction. Like, for example, why did people want to so eagerly go stand behind Ayatollah Bahjat? Because they felt that spirituality behind him. When they read the Salat, when they prayed behind Ayatollah Bahjat, they realized that Ayatollah Bahjat was one of them people of God. He realized that he was connected with Allah, and the people behind him who was praying with him, they also realized that if we pray behind Ayatollah Bahjat, we are also going to attain that spirituality. Khums, when we earn a living, khums is a thing that allows our money to also be spiritually pure. When we take a certain amount of our khums, of our yearly earnings, out for the poor and needy, for the people who need that money so much. There are 2 types of khums. Is divided into 2 sections. The portion for Sadat and the portion for the Imam. Sahim Sadat and Sahim Imam. So when we take that money out, we can realize that the fact that we took this money out in our own self, for the cause of Allah, for the sake of Allah, because it's an obligation for us, this is one of the enlightenments of khums. We'd also like the Sayyid to also answer the question, and we'd like to I'll introduce the Sayyid first for the viewers. Sayyid Yasin is at the moment a renowned scholar in the holy city of Qom, and he is also one of my teachers for fiqh, and I would like to thank him for coming to our program. سماحة السيد حياكم الله في حضوركم في هذا البرنامج، ونحرب عليكم إن شاء الله، وشرفنا لكم في هذا البرنامج إن شاء الله. أنا أسأل منكم سؤال واحد، يمكن أن يشير لنا فكرة من أهمية الخمس إن شاء الله.
نعم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وصلى اللهم على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم سددنا في القول والفعل. في البداية أشكركم على هذه الاستضافة، وأتشرف بوجودي معكم، وهذه فرصة سعيدة أن أكون معكم وبينكم، وأن نتحدث حول هذا الموضوع المهم والجوهري والأساسي الذي تعرفنا اليوم على أهميته وضرورته، وهي أن الخمس يمثل قوة بيد هذا المذهب، ويمثل حصانة واستقلالية لهذا المذهب في مقابل احتياجه للأنظمة والحكومات وغيرها. جعل هذه الضريبة المالية التي جعلها الله سبحانه وتعالى على الناس مثلت عنصرا أساسيا ومهما في في استقلالية هذا المذهب وعدم احتياجه للآخرين. في البداية ما اكتسبت هذه الفريضة أهمية إلا لأنها تشريع من تشريعات الله.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think we have a phone call. हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम।
डॉक्टर साहब, हकीम साहब से बात करना था।
वो आपको if you just call on the other line, hopefully you can get through to him. Thank you. If you continue please.
عفوا. إذن اكتسبت هذه الفريضة أهميتها أولا من تشريع الله سبحانه وتعالى لها، حيث أن الله سبحانه وتعالى ذكر في كتابه العزيز: وأنما غنمتم من شيء فأن لله خمسه وللرسول ولذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل. هذه الآية الشريفة جاءت في تشريع أصل الخمس، والخمس تشريع وتكليف عام لجميع المسلمين شيعة وسنة. عند كل المسلمين الخمس واجب شرعا بنص هذه الآية الكريمة. لذلك يأتي الكلام هنا أنه لماذا اختص الخمس بالشيعة؟ نقول أن الشيعة اتفقوا مع كل المسلمين في أصل وجوبه، في أصل وجوب الخمس بنص هذه الآية الشريفة. إذا رجعنا إلى تفسير هذه الآية نجد أن المفسرين هنا اختلفوا. بعضهم قال بأن الخمس خاص في غنائم دار الحرب، والبعض الآخر قال أن الغنائم عامة، وهو ما ذهب إليه مفسرو علماء الشيعة تبعا للروايات الشريفة عن الأئمة عليهم أفضل الصلاة والسلام. وتأييدا لقول الإمامية والشيعة لدينا جهتان نتحدث فيهما. الجهة الأولى هي أننا إذا رجعنا إلى كلمات علماء اللغة في معنى الغنيمة نجد أنهم يقولون أن الغنيمة عامة وليست خاصة. مفهوم الغنيمة يشمل كل غنيمة وكل فائدة. الغنيمة هي الفائدة التي تدخل على الإنسان، ولا يختص معنى الغنيمة بغنيمة دار الحرب. وإن كان معنى الآية، وإن كان سبب نزول الآية هو غزوة بدر. هذه الآية نزلت في سورة الأنفال بعد غزوة بدر عندما اختلف المسلمون في توزيع الغنائم، نزلت هذه الآية. إلا أن هناك قاعدة عند المفسرين مشتركة عند جميع المفسرين التي تقول أن المورد لا يخصص الوارد. مورد نزول هذه الآية، سبب نزول هذه الآية لا يخصصها بهذا المورد. فلو نزلت الآية في مورد يقول الإمام ومات لماتت الآية بموته، يعني أن الآيات القرآنية تجري مجرى الليل والنهار، وإن كان سبب النزول هو هذا، ولكن لا نقتصر على ذلك فيه. بالإضافة قرينة ثالثة ودليل ثالث على أن هذه الآية لا تختص بغنائم دار الحرب، أن التشريع الإلهي لا يختص بالكتاب الكريم. لا يمكن أن نفهم الدين فهما كاملا من خلال القرآن فقط، بل أن هناك مصادر للتشريع أخرى كالسنة الشريفة، وهي فعل المعصوم وقوله وتقريره. فعل المعصوم أو قوله، ونحن نعتقد أن المعصوم لا يختص بالنبي صلى الله عليه وآله، وإنما أيضا أهل بيته عليهم أفضل الصلاة والسلام، ابتداء من الخليفة الشرعي بعده وهو أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام إلى الإمام الثاني عشر عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف. إذن تشريع الخمس تشريع إلهي لا يختص بغنيمة دار الحرب، وإنما هناك موارد متعددة للخمس، منها غنيمة دار الحرب، منها ما يغنمه الإنسان وما يربحه من مكاسب سنته وما يفضل من مؤونة سنته.
Basically the Sayyid explained the power of the khums and why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed this for the human mankind, not only for the Ahl Sunnah but also for the Shia. Yani this is for all the Muslims, not only specified for the certain groups. Then he explained that the power in our hands is all focused on the khums that we give, because everything that we do in this world is based on our khums. Everything that we earn in this world is from the khums money. When that khums money is placed into this pot where a certain amount is taken out from it, then that money becomes park, that money becomes pure and beneficial for the poor and needy. Then he went on saying that it's a shar'i for us, it's an obligation for us, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed this because He is expected from the mankind to take that money out and also think about the poor and needy. He also gave the example where everyone just thinks about himself. They don't think about the poor and needy, whereas everything that we do in our lives, we can be put into that situation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can anytime and anywhere pick us up from that state and throw us into that poverty. Then he said that he claimed, he stated the ayat from Surah Al-Anfal, verse number 41, وَعْلَمُوا أَنَّمَا غَنِمْتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَأَنَّ لِلَّهِ خُمُسَهُ. The translation goes about, and know whatever thing you gain, a fifth of it is for Allah and for the messengers and for the near of the kings and the orphans and the needy and the poor and the wayfarers. So he explained that not only that the Quran states it is only mentioned in the Quran, no, it is also mentioned in the Sunnah, in the Ahlul Bayt, the sayings of the Ahlul Bayt, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, where he emphasized that the khums that we have to pay is not only the ayah states that it's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Holy Prophet. After the Holy Prophet, it's who? It's the Ahlul Bayt, and after the Ahlul Bayt is the ones that who have the authority in ilm. Then he explained about some people, the scholars of time, they have two different options. They have two different thoughts, where one says that khums is only and only the leftovers from the wars. Yeah. So whoever fights a war in a battlefield, when whoever loses the opposition takes away whatever gems or whatever armor they have, they basically take the khums away from that. But other scholars say that no, it is not only for wars, but it's upon everything that we have, everything that we gain, the demand, it's upon us for to give khums, not only in the wars.
I mean, so we've established like the need for khums, the purpose. So if you look at in terms of practicality, so if someone said, I received gifts or Eid money as Eid's just gone, would that be subject to khums? Would you have to pay khums on that?
There's also two different thoughts on this. One marja says that no, there is no need to pay that khums on that Eid present, because it's a present.
Sure.
It's a present to you, it's a gift to you. Other people, other marajin say that because you attain that thing from, you attain that present from someone else, you have to pay khums on that.
Okay, so
I'll ask him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you ask what the best way is to work out how to pay khums, because obviously people have certain different methods. So if you ask the Sayyid, what's the best way to pay it, when you have to pay it, and there's a specific time of year you have to pay it as well.
السيد يقول متى يعني تدفع الخمس، متى يعني الخمس واجب على المكلف، الأفضل الوقت متى يجب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هذه المسألة تحتاج إلى بيان بشكل مفصل شيئا ما، وأرجو أن تكونون دقيقين في كتابتها. المسألة هي كالتالي: أولا يوجد لدينا 4 محاور أساسية في الخمس. المحور الأول هو الإيرادات، المحور الثاني هو المؤونة، المحور الثالث هو فاضل المؤونة، والمحور الرابع هو الحول. وتوجد لدينا مسألة هي تحديد السنة الخمسية. هذه نقطة مهمة نأتي على ذكرها. في النهاية في البداية الإنسان تدخل عليه مجموعة من الإيرادات، ما يحصل عليه الإنسان من عمل، من تجارة، من كذا وكثير من الأشياء، من هدايا، من إرث، كل ما يدخل على الإنسان من إيراد، كل ما يدخل عليه من دخل من عمل أو غيره يسمى إيراد. هذا الإيراد إذا دخل علي أموال الآن، ماذا أفعل فيها؟ أصرفها مدى العام في مأكلي، في ملبسي، في مشربي، في غيرها من الأمور. هذه تمر عبر عام من الزمن، سنة كاملة، سنة واحدة. جميل. هذه السنة يفضل بعدها من المؤونة. هذه المصارف تسمى مؤونة، مأكل مشرب كذا يسمى المؤونة. هذه بعد السنة يفضل منها أموال، هذا فاضل المؤونة يجب علي أن أخرج الخمس عنه. واضح؟ من الذي يجب عليه الخمس؟ يجب على من له مكسب. الناس على أقسام، عندنا من لا مكسب له، وعندنا من له مكسب. من له مكسب إما أن يكون من وظيفة معينة أو أن يكون من تجارة. كل واحد من هؤلاء الناس يجب أن يحدد له رأس سنة. واضح؟ من له مكسب يعني الذي له عمل. الآن أنا موظف أعمل في دائرة من الدوائر أو في شركة من الشركات، يجب علي أن أحدد رأس سنة خمسية. كيف أحدد هذا الرأس السنة؟ اختلف الفقهاء. بعضهم قال كالسيد الخوئي والسيد السيستاني يقولون أن أول يوم عمل هو رأس السنة الخمسية. فمثلا لو أنا عملت أول يوم عمل كان الأول من أغسطس 2014، يوم خمسي يكون هو واحد الأول من أغسطس 2015. أما هذا مثل رأي السيد الخوئي والسيد السيستاني. أما رأي غيرهم مثلا السيد الخامنائي يقول رأس السنة الخمسية هو أول يوم يستلم فيه هذا العامل راتبه. يعني هو عمل 1 أغسطس ولكن يستلم الراتب مثلا أول راتب بعد شهر. فهذا مثلا 29 أو 30 أغسطس يكون يوم رأس سنته الخمسية. هذا من الذي يعمل، الموظف. أما الذي لا يعمل فهو اختلف الفقهاء. بعضهم يقول لا خمس عليه كالسيد الخامنائي، يقول الذي لا مكسب له لا خمس عليه. مثل الزوجة مثلا التي لا تعمل، وإن كان زوجها يعطيها ولكنها لا تعمل، يحصل على الأموال من دون كسب ومن دون عمل. شخص يجلس في البيت وتأتي له الأموال هدايا أو من الدولة أو من أي مكان ولكنه لا يعمل، فهذه الأموال دخلت عليه من دون مقابل، من دون عمل، فهذه لا خمس فيها. أما السيد السيستاني فيقول الذي لا مكسب له لكل شيء يدخل عليه خمس على حدة. فمثلا جاءتني هدية في الأول مثلا 1 يناير 2014، إذا لم أستعمل هذه الهدية إلى سنة كاملة أخمسها. دخلت علي أموال في الشهر الثامن، بداية الشهر الثامن من 2014، هذه لا أخمسها إلا أن يأتي الشهر الثامن من ماذا؟ من سنة 2015. يعني لكل شيء خمسه على حدة، ليس رأس سنة ثابتة.
ما هو الدليل على هذا الرأي؟ يعني السيد السيستاني
كل له دليله تشخيصه للأدلة. يعني هذا الآن إذا أردنا أن نقف مع الأدلة قد نناقش دليل الفقيه الأول وفقيه الدليل الثاني، فنفتح بحث خارج
إن شاء الله.
جميل جيد. هذا المقدار واضح؟
واضح.
إذن عندنا أولا إيرادات. هذه الإيرادات ليس كلها يجب فيها الخمس، بعض الإيرادات يجب فيها وبعضها لا يجب. الإيرادات مثلا الإرث، المهر، هذا لا خمس فيه، لكن ما يكتسبه الإنسان ويدخل عليه من خلال الكسب والعمل هذا يجب فيه الخمس. الذي لا مكسب له قلنا لا خمس عليه عند السيد الخامنائي، وكل شيء على حدة عند السيد السيستاني. الإيرادات بعضها يبقى وبعضها يصرف، ليس كل شيء يجب فيه الخمس. الآن أنا اشتريت هذا واستعملته خلال السنة، لا يجب علي خمسه. أي شيء أستعمله أثناء السنة قبل أن يدور عليه الحول لا يجب فيه الخمس. لكن لو اشتريت هذا اليوم وغدا هو رأس سنة الخمسية ولم أستعمله يجب فيه الخمس. كل شيء يجب فيه الخمس، كل شيء تبقى عينه ولم أستعمله. مثلا اشتريت ملابس ولم أستعملها، جديدة ولم أستعملها، جاء يوم الخمس أخمسها. مثلا حتى على مستوى العطر، إذا لم أستعمل بقية العطر يجب فيه الخمس. بقية المأكولات في المنزل ما يتبقى مما لم أستعمله أيضا يجب فيه الخمس. وهكذا كل ملابس، كل شيء دخل علي ولم أستعمله يجب فيه الخمس. من الأمور التي اختلف فيها الفقهاء مسألة الهدية، هل يجب الخمس في الهدية أو لا يجب؟ هذه إيراد تدخل عليه. السيد الخامنائي يقول لا خمس في الهدية، أما السيد السيستاني فيقول يجب الخمس في الهدية. إذا توجد مسائل تتعلق بهذا أيضا ممكن أن نتحدث عنه. تحديد رأس السنة الخمسية، هل يجب أن يكون بالتاريخ الميلادي؟ لا يجب أن يكون بالتاريخ الميلادي. يجوز أن لا يجب أن يكون بالتاريخ الهجري، يجوز أن يحدده بالتاريخ الميلادي أو بالتاريخ الهجري الشمسي، لا يجب أن يكون بالتاريخ الهجري مثلا الهجري القمري. سؤال مهم، هل يجوز الإنسان أن يغير رأس السنة الخمسية؟ نقول لا يجوز تأخيره ويجوز تقديمه. يعني الآن رأس السنة الخمسية لي هو 30 أغسطس، هل يجوز لي أن أؤخره أجعله 30 سبتمبر مثلا؟ يقولون لا يجوز. ولكن هل يجوز تقديمه 30 مثلا يوليو؟ ممكن، وهكذا.
So basically the Sayyid explained there are 4 types of things that you need to acknowledge before you give khums. First you have to have the intention,
Sure.
And then you have to also, second thing is you have to understand the word he said ma'una, which basically means is when someone gives something to you. That's the second thing. Third thing is fadl ma'una, where someone is giving something to you on a gift. For example, he's giving you a card or he's giving you a birthday present, something as a gift. And the fourth thing is hawl, basically means that it has to reach the whole year. And if you've got a present or you've earned in a whole year, you have to pay at the end of the year, from the beginning of the year till the end of the year. So that if that cycle is done, then the khums is paid, not before that cycle of the year. Then Sayyid explained about what do we need to spend it in. The khums as I've explained before, is only and only for the poor and needy. You can't give khums to the well-off people, or you can't give khums to the rich. It's only and only used for the poor and needy.
What's the criteria to determine whether someone is needy or not?
Obviously, when you see that a person, his clothes are not of the standards of people, like today, what people wear today, if it's not on the standards of that, or we can investigate how he's eating. If at home he only eats a loaf of bread, or he only drinks water, or he's financially not stable. So when we see that there are people like that in the world, we have to give the khums to them. Not only that this is upon the investigation, but also when we become friends with someone, we also know how their life is. For example, if someone goes out to eat in a group of friends.
Yeah.
If that person doesn't have money on a continuous basis, then we know that there's something wrong. There's he has a financial status which is not on the standards of ours. So that person is in need. The other thing that the Sayyid clarified is that there are two types of thoughts where the khums is started.
Okay.
Ayatollah Khoy and Ayatollah Sistani say that on the first day when you start working, that's the date of your khums.
Okay.
So as soon as you start work, that's the day of your khums. Whereas Sayyid Khamenei says that, Hafizullah says that you start work, but you're not paid yet at the moment. As soon as you get your first wage,
then
that's when your
that's
first
the date
day.
for the
That's the
khums.
day of your khums. Then he went on saying by Sayyid Khamenei, and Sayyid Khamenei basically says that if you are not working, there's no khums upon you. Like for example, he gave the example of a wife. She's not earning,
Sure.
yeah, so there's no khums on that. But Sayyid Sistani says that anything that you get, anything that you receive, even if it's as little as a present or a gift, you
still
have to pay khums on that. So
if you receive an object, how do you practically how do you pay khums on that?
there's no khums on that, because
Okay.
basically what the criteria is that it has to be used for it not to be khums upon. So if you don't use that object for a whole year, then there's no khums upon you. Okay. Whereas he also explained that the heritage, when someone receives, if a father inheritance, if someone receives money, Ayatollah Sistani says no, you have to pay. Whereas Ayatollah Khamenei says no, you don't have to pay. Khums on that. Then he went on explaining that the khums is upon your clothes, as little as perfume. Khums is whatever that is remaining in the house, the food basically. When the time for khums comes, the date, you have to check in your cupboards, in your fridges.
Specific. You have to be quite
very
thorough.
specific in your khums dealing.
Okay.
Then you went on explaining what I said, the question that you raised before, where the presents, is it wajib upon you to give khums upon that gift? Like I said, Ayatollah Khamenei says there's no obligation upon you to give khums, whereas Ayatollah Sistani says you have to, because he claims that everything that you receive, everything that is in your hand from other people, or things that you earn, is khums.
So is there any exception to not giving khums? Are there any circumstances where you don't have to?
No, there's no circumstance where a person who is earning legitimately with pure money, he has to pay khums. There's no way out of it. There's no where we say that there's no way out of any type of obligation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can't say that we are obliged from praying salat, because as you know, salat, if you can't stand up, what do you have to do? Sit down. And if you can't sit down, you lay down. And if you can't lay down, you pray with your signs from your hands. And even if you can't move your hands, you pray by what? The ishara of your eyes. Sure. So everything has an obligation, and there's no way out of obligation. Then he went on saying that is it wajib upon a person to pay it in annual lunar year, or what's the name, miladi, which is academic year, where he says that the hijri you can't pay. It's not wajib upon you to fix your date on a hijri basis, but you have to use it the academic year, whereas you have to use for example, he says on the 30th of August or on the 30th of September, something like that. But then he went on saying that we cannot change our dates. If a person sets a date, for example, on the 1st of September, that's my khums date, and if he wants to change it, he cannot change it if it is after the 1st of September. He can change it if it's before the 1st of September. That's
great. Thank you very much. I think we now have run out of time.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you very much to Sayyid Yasin for joining us, and thank you for Brother Muhammad for bringing him along. So I hope you guys found the second episode of Enlightening very useful. Hopefully it answered some of your questions in relation to khums. And if you guys tune in next week, same time, 5 till 6 o'clock, for our third or fourth episodes of Enlightening, and you will be able to join us, me, Sayyid RAZA Naqvi, with Sayyid Yasin, who will be joining us. Or will you be joining us again, or is he going back?
Yes.
Inshallah. So Sayyid Yasin will be back with us next week as well, and with Brother Muhammad ADEEL. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching. We hope to see you guys next week. Assalamu alaikum.